Hey guys, welcome back. Today I am on my way downtown from Virginia Beach, Virginia, where I live, to Norfolk, Virginia, which is where the agency is. I called them and my paperwork to go back to the ship next week has arrived from the company. So the process is, what I have to do is go fill out my paperwork. It's just a couple of sheets, real easy stuff. To make sure all my documents are in order, of course. And I have a brand new passport here because it was going to expire in 8 months. And you have to have at least 6 months. So I went ahead and did that early. So I'll show that to them. They'll scan it into the system and it'll show up online in my profile. So everything's good there. All my documents are in order. A big thing in this industry, you have to make sure you always check all your documentation expiration dates. You don't want to go to get a job or catch a job or see one that you want, only to find out that you didn't look at your expiration dates. Because these things take 4-6 weeks. Sometimes a little bit more to get a document. That's another month, 2 months you might be out of work that you did not expect. Big problem. So anybody watching, new guys in the industry, make sure you don't do that. Fortunately, I've never had a problem where I messed up like that. I've came close. So we're going downtown and I'll get my paperwork and then I will show that to you guys. And then we'll basically be all done. They'll send it to the company. They'll send back saying everything's good. Everything's good to go. So I'll just need to show up to the ship next week. I'll show you the form when I get it back. It'll say the reporting date and time. Normally that's 8 a.m. And I'm thinking it's going to be around on the 6th of March, but we'll see in a little bit here. So let's get down here and we'll get everything taken care of. So I filled out 2 sheets of paper. That's all you have to do. And I gave them my new passport. It's already scanned in, so everything's good. So I'm gonna go turn this in, and then I'll just wait a little bit until I get my shipping paper, and then I can leave. I'm all done. So let's go turn this in, and then we'll move on from there. Okay, guys, they told me that I can actually get my paperwork today. I put in for the new passport, and I thought I was gonna have to come back tomorrow, but they called, and I got lucky. They said about 10 or 15 more minutes I can get my shipping papers. So I'm just enjoying the nice fresh air outside, and once I get the papers here in a few more minutes, hopefully we'll be all good and ready to go. Okay guys, so I got my paperwork all good here. It just basically is the name of the ship, my job, says that I'm good under drug clearance, my physical is good and current, all my documents are in order, and then the next page is just my shipping card. It shows the day and the time that I'm supposed to show up. So for me, it's going to be March 5th, 8 o'clock in the morning. So I'm all set. So I just had to wait a little bit, and now I'm going to drive home, and when I get there I'll show you guys, close the video up by showing you some of the documents that we do need to work in the industry. But for now, we're gonna drive back to Virginia Beach. So let's get started. Alright guys, so before we end this video, I just wanted to go over a few the necessary documents that you will need in this industry, because a lot of people have asked about that, a lot of people. Some other time we'll go into a little more in depth about how you can get into the industry, but for just today I just want to show you the basic documents required. So let's look at that real quick. The first thing is a passport. Obviously you need a passport to travel the world. And I just got a new one. It just showed up 2 weeks ago. Reason being is I had about 8 months left, and I need to have at least 6 months of time on my passport until it expires. And I had 8, so I wanted to go ahead and just get a new one so I didn't get close, you know, and I wouldn't have to do it next time I'm home and rush it. So I got a brand new one. This document is good for 10 years. If those of you that have not had one before, it's 10 years for adults. Children is less, maybe 5 years, I believe. Second document looks exactly like a passport, except it's red, and this is called the Merchant Marine Credential. Merchant Mariner Credential, we just call it the MMC. Inside, it kind of looks like a passport. You know, the pages, it's a lot of blank pages. Lists all your endorsements, ratings, and things that you have that pertain to your shipping, and shows that you have the things you need to sail. So that's your credential, Merchant Mariner Credential. This document is good for 5 years. This is not a document that you need to sail, it's just a union book. These container ships I work on, with the exception of maybe MSC, the jobs are like union jobs in the USA. You belong to different unions. There's plenty of them around East Coast and West Coast. Some are all around. So you become a member of the union. That's where you get your jobs from. These are union jobs. Overseas with Maersk, I know a lot of them guys, they get their job directly from the company, but we don't. I have a 2-year contract, working contract, right now that I'm on, but I obtained that job through the union. So this is not a document you need to sail, just my book for the union. The next document that you do need also is called a TWIC. That's Transportation Workers Identification Credential. And you need this to enter any U.S. port. You will need this to get onto the terminal. Generally, I just keep this in my wallet. The only time I even use this or pull it out is when I'm going back to the ship, if I went out for the day. Document is good for 5 years. And last but not least, not really a document, but this is like your World Health Organization International Certification for Vaccinations. International shot card, you might want to call it. Inside it just shows your different vaccinations, shots, like yellow fever, typhoid, tetanus, things like that. Different parts of the world. Some parts of the world you go to, they might say you need a polio vaccine. So you'll go get that vaccine, and then they'll put it in here. This is your record that shows that you have the proper inoculations for whatever part of the world you may be going to on your voyage. And there's one other thing. You will have to have a physical and a drug clearance before you begin a career sailing. That's very easy to get. You just go have that done, and a drug exam. But also, in the back of this book, they conveniently put a little pocket. This is a medical cert, we call it, a medical certification, U.S. Coast Guard. This is good for 2 years. So I go and get physical every year for my job. But when this is about ready to expire, I'll just tell them at the physical that I also want the U.S. Coast Guard paperwork to be done too, part of the physical. And they'll do that, and then I submit it, and then they send me back this card that shows U.S. Coast Guard medical certification. It's just another thing we have to do. Good for 2 years. So you have the passport as a 10-year document. That medical cert, that's a 2-year. Merchant credential, that's 5 years validity. The TWIC identification that's a 5-year. And you'll sign up for whatever union. And a shot record card here, right here. So guys, those are the basic documents that you need. There's different ways of training, schools you can go to. You can look that up on the internet, no problem. And we'll talk about it in another video. But we're going to end this video here, so I will see you guys next week. We'll start vlogging again from the ship. I go March 5th, 8 in the morning. I'll be back on the ship, and we'll be riding the coast of USA for about 12 days, at which time I'll be right back here in Virginia. So we'll do a couple vlogs during that 12 days. I'll try to do 2 or 3 videos, and I'll try to get them up when I get back to Virginia, or Matthew can put them up for me. I'll have them all edited and finished by then. So hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you next week from the ship.